भीमातीर्निवासाय पंढरीपुरवासिने पांडुरंग प्रकाशाय विठ्ठलाय नमो नमः. मरुत्पुत्राय कवयी भीमाय भयहारिणे श्रीमदानंदतीर्थाय प्रख्याताय नमो नमः. Dear children of God, Jai Shri Krishna, Namaste. God made a wonderful creation called man, gave him so many faculties, mental and physical. He gave him intelligence, emotion, why even fed him with ethics. In this process, he gave him a conscience, the watchman of life. We realize that conscience is man's best friend and worst enemy. How is it? The latter, let us analyze. Man instinctively knows what is right and what is wrong. It is his conscience which leads him to this knowledge. But there are several negative factors which muffle the voice of the conscience. It could be lust, greed, power-mongering, jealousy, hatred, any of these or some of these together to silence the ringing of the warning bell called conscience. Man does not stop to listen to his wise warning. He continues to do what he wants and not what he should. But the voice of his conscience does not die fully. It raises itself now and then and makes him realize where he is going wrong. Conscience can be the worst enemy. In fact, it is particularly so when the guilty soul is left alone. No wonder hardcore criminals are given solitary confinement. Their sole companion is a stinging conscience. The convict does not need a rope, a cup of poison, or a push from the cliff to kill him. His conscience will do it. Before judgment of hanging is given, he has half killed himself. Conscience does not spare him. Conscience, when neglected or muffled or uncared for, turns out to be man's worst enemy. It visits him like a haunting ghost and robs him of joy and peace. The victim of a stung conscience is worse than a caged animal. He can go nowhere. He cannot live on either. The Lord makes him realize, but sometimes it is too late. If he has time enough to repent, conscience is his best friend. When a wise man plans his life in a humble way, he has conscience for his best friend. His thoughts are pure. His actions are clean. He takes no step which is unethical. Hence, he leads a life without regrets. When a man walks with the help of his best friend, the conscience, he naturally meets like-minded people. The other sort which muffle the voice of the conscience meet people and fellow men. Along with them, they reach the nadir of life. A good friend helps you to make the right choice in life. He prevents you from choosing the wrong people and the wrong path. This is his duty, so also our conscience. Once we resort to its judgment and we are willing to follow its silent but powerful instruction, we are the safest path of life. The conscience of man is God's representative. Without the presence of the spiritual element in life, man would not know what is good and what is bad. There would be total chaos in the world without the presence of our conscience. The animal world and the bird world do not need or have a conscience. Their choice is not between good and bad. It is between pleasant and unpleasant, all to do with instincts. Man has to rise higher and deal with intuition. Man is the crown of creation. He alone can envisage hell and heaven, evil and good. He alone is endowed with a conscience. All human beings have a conscience that is individual. But the leader has a collective conscience. He has to deal with the entire country and lead it on the path of truth and goodness. If he fails to do so, the whole country suffers by the wrong choice he makes. No wonder our beloved Prime Minister sits in the Himalayan cave meditating on what choice to make. Sri Rama stands for righteousness incarnate, doing justice by man and bird and beast. By his wrong choice, having strangled his conscience, Ravana fails, and with him falls dear and near all relatives who support his wrong choice. Conscience is the watchman of our soul. Once it becomes vulnerable, our life is open to danger and attacks at the hands of the wicked. Let us protect the watchman and help him protect us. Re man tu काहे घबराए तेरे साथ बिहारी है। ये जीवन का जो भार उठाता गिरधारी है। थैंक यू।